Welcome to your daily focus for June the 23rd, 2020. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for sharing my videos. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for ringing the bell so you know exactly when my videos do appear. You don't have to check back or anything. You'll get a notification. So what do we have? We have the 23 energy. I love the 23 energy because the 23 energy represents this energy, this force around us, this positive energy, this vibration that is moving us into safe ports. So all we have to do is listen to our intuition, to think about what we're doing, to give it a little bit of thought, to push down the fear and anxiety a little bit, to allow ourselves to step in the right direction. If we add up the numerology for the day, it's a 15. So we are definitely looking at things that we need to not necessarily remove from our lives, but to change, to edit, to redefine. So it could be something in our routine. More than likely it is something in our routines or our relationships, because it does add up to a 6. It could be, though, our health, our fitness that we're looking at, to be a better version of ourselves going forward. So something that's been holding you back, maybe you're a smoker and it's time to quit smoking. Maybe you gamble too much. Maybe you shop too much. Maybe you, whatever it is. All things in moderation. So it's looking at our lives, and kind of playing devil's advocate, right? 15 is the devil energy. So playing devil's advocate with ourselves of, do I really need to stop for that coffee every morning or my tea every morning? Or should I be making a pot and buying a thermos and saving a lot of money so that I can utilize that money to plant that garden I've always wanted to, get that computer I've always wanted to, have a little treat for myself, get a little treat for the family, save up for something that is going to work towards your benefit. Oh, it didn't turn over, but it wanted to jump out. Oh, so we get the strength card jumping out. So when the strength card comes out, there needs to be action involved, always. It's about walking with integrity. It's about bringing out your strength, bringing out your courage, or recognizing it within yourself and utilizing it to step forward in the right direction. Now, thank you. My son brought me a glass of water in my rainbow cup. So if I set it right there, I get a rainbow in it every time. I just love that. Just a dollar store cup, really. It makes me so happy. So you don't have to spend a lot of money on yourself in order to really have something that you appreciate going forward. Although I didn't think I was going to get a rainbow every time. I just wanted a plastic cup for my water. Yeah, now we have Neptune going retrograde today. And Neptune going retrograde is actually a good thing, although it probably won't feel like a good thing. And this might be where you might see in your routine or your health and well-being or within relationships of where you need to really, draw a line and say, I used to do this, but now going forward, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be that. I'm going to put action here. I'm going to put focus there. I'm going to put energy here. I'm going to put maybe finances there. Because what the Neptune retrograde does is it kind of takes off those rainbow sunglasses that we wear, where we kind of dismiss behaviors of somebody, saying, oh, well, that's just who they are, and I can live with that. But you really can't. It really bothers you. It really irritates you. And so you kind of see these things. It presents itself a little bit more so that you can be aware, so that you can discuss it, so that you can address it, so that you can make a decision of whether or not you want that in your life, truly want that in your life. So we see it in our relationships. We see it in our environments, things that we settled for, things that we are allowing that we really shouldn't allow. Okay, so don't settle for less than you are worth or deserve in your life. Absolutely. And this is a day where you may see how to actually move away from that environment or that person or that habit or that behavior and move into a place that makes you strong, makes you courageous, makes allows you to walk with an integrity. So we'll put that card back in. And what comes out? The star. The star flies out. Well, we may be here all night, or all day. Oh, the star card, making the impossible possible. So, what beautiful energy we have today, really, to allow ourselves. Now, Neptune is going retrograde at 20 degrees. And so, when I get that 2 energy with the 0, that I'm always telling you to kind of stand in that Superman pose. Put your, 5 minutes in the morning and do it for 5 minutes. And, put your hands on your hips, feel that cape fluttering in the back. Feel the breeze in your hair, look up and imagine your day going just perfectly, or that conversation going well, or maybe you've got a job interview and how you slam dunk it. And really imagine that. And then I was doing a little bit of research on, strength poses and the victory pose, right? Like when the gymnast jumps off that balance beam and stands there with their arms straight out and their chest flared and their chin up and whatnot, to maybe end that with your victory pose and see if that brings even more strength into what you were thinking, what you want. But this is making the impossible possible. You see, you come to a realization, you gain some kind of clarity, some understanding in how you can move forward, maybe in that relationship, maybe that environment, maybe within yourself. And remember, we are the solar eclipse, so we are in that new moon kind of energy of new beginnings, new starts, new seeds to plant. So what seeds do you want to plant? Let's see what the card. Oh, we have the sun in Cancer now. So we want to feel the safety. We want to feel the security. It is about home and family. It is about bringing balance into our lives. We have the moon. Probably by the time most of us wake up and get going with our days, the moon will be in Leo. And that is all about, we have the 23. That's a 5. And Leo is the 5th sign, so the 5th house. So we are looking at laughter and giggles and celebration and bringing out our creativity and allowing romance in. So I think I cut them, but we're gonna do it again because I started talking again. So we'll be in this Neptune retrograde. I think it's like the end of November. It starts going direct again, but then we have that shadow period. So it's the rest of the year. And on Patreon, I put together a small little video for you guys of the rest of the year and some of the things that are happening now that we will be working on over the next 6 months, and to be aware of those things, of what's going to happen 6 months down the road when we do hit the eclipse season again, when Pluto goes direct again, when Jupiter and Pluto align in the sky. So there's all kinds of wonderful things happening. And right now is this, 0 degrees of Cancer for this new moon, for the solar eclipse is really, it's a tremendous gift that we're being given. So anyways, let's just pick a card here. Look at this, 8 of Swords. Our perceptions change. Where we thought we were trapped, where we thought we couldn't go forward, where we felt that ball of steel and chain attached to our ankle not allowing us to move in the direction we want, we see the way forward. We see what can be. We see where we weren't really trapped, where we allowed somebody to paint a glass ceiling where there never needed to be anyone, put that in place on us, or maybe we did it to ourselves unconsciously by taking the wrong advice or listening to the wrong people or allowing negative people to force their opinion on you and taking away part of a dream or a goal or a desire or a want. And then we have the 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands is really looking forward and saying, okay, so I want to end up way over there. So now what if I did this in my life? How would that change things to get me aligned with that path? And so we're at the first one, but there's this sequence here where we'll move over to the second one eventually and say, okay, well, what if I did this instead? So we may want to talk things out with people. It's Mercury retrograde. So I think by getting wise counsel during this Mercury retrograde, we can make a lot of great decisions in our life going forward. So I think this Mercury retrograde, so long as we pause, so long as we back it up a little bit, so long as we allow sage wisdom to come in, and we may have that sage wisdom within us as well. Okay, it's not necessarily something that we'll get from the external world, but chances are it's somebody you're talking to. It's a teacher, it's a mentor, it's somebody who's already walked the path. And we get more inspired by, what we can do, what we can't do. And we start to see an understanding, a clarity. Once again, this clarity word is coming out again and again, saying that we'll start to see how we can move forward towards our goals, towards our dreams, towards success, in a way that we never thought possible before. And look at this, the Ten of Swords ends it off. Now, I like the Ten of Swords, okay? I know I'm a little weird here. But the 10 in the tarot says it's an end of a journey. It's time for a new beginning. The 10 is the ending, right? So, yeah. Life is hard. Challenges. Decisions to be made. Obligations to be met, responsibilities, people that we need to raise up and lean on others. And so we learn through our challenges, through our everyday lives. We meet forces and we have to get through it, and some of them are easy, some of them are very difficult. Life is hard. Nobody said it was going to be easy. Nobody said it was going to be fair. But we're at a stage now where we made it. Those swords aren't in our back. If they were, there'd be a pool of blood. Those swords are behind us. They're our strength. They're our defense. They're our knowledge. They're our wisdom. They are the things that will bring out the courage, the strength in you. And so the clouds are slowly parting in the background. The sun is coming through, and we're starting to push ourselves off. We're starting to brush ourselves off. We're starting to say, I've got this. I can do this. I know how now. I'm ready for this moment. I'm ready to embrace this moment. Let's see what our mantra of the day should be. And this is an excellent time to watch the New Moon's affirmation video I have. It's about 10 minutes straight of affirmation after affirmation. If you want to say it every day, that's wonderful, and thank you for that. I humbly take that as a compliment. But more importantly, I want you to take away, just a couple of affirmations that you can start saying on a regular basis and start raising your energy in that way. Bringing in the things that you want. And if you don't think that you're deserving or worthy enough, the I Love Me video, do it in the morning, okay? Start your day with that. Realize the beauty and the gift of who you are. We have the owl, follow your intuition. Once again, follow your intuition comes out. I think I said that at the beginning, somewhere within the numerology. So we will go to owl. Follow your intuition. So you hold within you qualities and traits of the owl. You may have fine-tuned your intuitive abilities, that sense of inner knowing, or you may have become strong-willed, perceptive, wise. Learn from the silence of the owl's spirit, which offers lessons of stealth and poise in our everyday lives. If you are not about to take on a new business adventure or let go of some of parts of your life that are no longer relevant, it's important that you become more observant. You cannot fool the owl. He is aware of his surroundings at all times. With this message, you can follow your goals to prosperity and heed the qualities to live the life of your dreams. The mantra is, I am wise and intuitive. I follow my inner wisdom to prosperity. So doesn't that wrap up everything I've said? I am wise and intuitive. I follow my inner wisdom to prosperity. And we will get an animal card. Your higher intuitions, if you're ever looking for it, that's what it looks like. Amazing deck. Absolutely amazing deck. And my kids got this for me one Mother's Day, and I said I kind of just showed up with it, and I said, "Hey, I don't know animals that well because all it is it's an animal with a word, and I really don't, I know a lot more now than I did when I got the deck, but when I said we'll learn it together, so I'd read it as I'm going to do now. I continue to read it because one, I just love what the creators of this deck put into the meaning of each animal, and I really couldn't do it justice without reading the book. I read the book for the mystical wisdom because I want to get their mantra. But with this one, and I've just never swayed from it. I find that to be a very, I heard highly enchanted deck to really give you guidance and awareness in your life. Look at this. We have design your space with the squirrel. And it is new moon energy. It is the solar eclipse energy. And it really is, Cancer is about home and family. So what does your home look like? Where do you need to make it more of something that is your inner being coming on the outside for us all to see? Where does it portray that? Or does it not match? And where does it do we need to make it match? Maybe we need to change the colors. Maybe we just need to tidy up. So we will go to squirrel. Design your space. Rearrange, renovate, action, clean. And you may have to break something up to make way for something new. And our perceptions are changing today. So maybe we've always been happy with a certain part of our home that we're not happy with anymore. And if it's calling out to you, then pay attention to that. Because the energy around you is just as important as the energy that you're trying to build within yourself. Squirrel wants you to get going on that home improvement project that you've been putting off. If it isn't a remodel, it could simply be that you need to work on rearranging your home, possibly your office, in a manner that is less chaotic and cluttered and more aligned with peace, balance, and harmony. Squirrel is adding a red Christmas ornament to adorn her home. The color red is often used to express passion and love, but sometimes it's anger and jealousy. We really have to be cautious of how much we use a color. I know one guy, and he had like the red bedspread and the red curtains and stuff, and so he was sleeping at night, and he said he was waking up angry, and he didn't know why he was waking up so angry, but it was the amount of red that was in his sleeping space and his resting space that was just getting him so charged up. So he went and got a baby blue comforter and some different curtains, and he felt the energy. He felt the shift in energy within himself. Make certain that the colors you use are within your area bring a positive energy, that you don't accidentally add something that would invoke negativity. By properly personalizing your space, you can bring warmth and a higher energy to your area. So, and even if it's a small little part, maybe you want to make a little altar for yourself. And what's an altar? It could be anything. It could be religious things on it. It could just be a couple of stones or crystals, a candle, a picture or two, or some little tokens of things that remind you of people that you want to pray for, that you want to send love and light to. It can be anything you want. There's no rule. It could be an outdoor garden space where you just feel like you can relax, let your hair down, breathe easy. Where do you need to create harmony in your environment, in your life? Where do you need to create happiness and joy through a color scheme, or maybe just getting rid of the clutter? Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.